Coach, you guys jumped out to a really early lead in the second quarter. They kind of came back. What was more of the struggle in the second quarter as opposed to the first?
Well, I would say the second quarter and the third quarter, we really struggled to guard the ball. Our ability to stay in a stance and in particular take away the right hand of certain spots, which was a scouting report, and give them a lot of credit. They're an exceptional team and had an incredible year. But fourth quarter defense, I thought, held them to 33%. We finally, were able to play a little bit more together and be a little stingier, in particular regarding the ball.
Lily had the hot hand tonight. Also, Reagan came off the bench and gave you 15. Just talk about that front court that you have.
Yeah, I think it was frustrating for me, with Lily making shots, but they hurt us so much with the pick and pop. We felt like we had to switch a lot more, and when we do that, then that takes her out of the lineup some. So we had to be strategic there, but she was great. Reagan's been really good here in the tournament, and it's what we've said all year long is Samaya and Jalea are pretty consistent, in their productivity, and as we continue to get help from others, that's when we're playing our best basketball.
Can you take us through Samaya's injury and what you thought? Did you think she'd be able to come back in? We've seen it before, obviously, but she stepped on the camera person in some form or fashion. I don't know if it was chair, foot, or whatever. So, just an accidental thing. But I have to ask our trainer Reagan multiple times, if how we are, because it's always she'll be back. Obviously, we had to go a little offense defense because she wasn't as mobile as she wants to be. So, it's good to have that luxury with her and Cope.
Coach, what does this tournament do for a team? Or you turn a rejection slip from the NCAA into something else?
Well, I think for us, it's pretty evident that we're still improving. And I don't know that you could ask for anything more than that as a coach, to be playing deep into March and feel like your team is still very engaged and wants to continue to get better and improve. So I've been really proud of them in that regard.
And talk about the the massive impact it is to be able to host, not only just host, but go to the semifinals and potentially the finals down in Wichita too.
Yeah, I think when A&M lost in our bracket and our players were able to kind of forecast, hey, we could maybe stay in Kansas this entire time. It was a little bit more incentive, I think.
What'd you see in the locker room? Obviously, you're still playing and
Mm-hmm.
you get to go play for a championship. Exuberation over.
Yeah, they're happy for each other.
Yeah.
Happy for there's a lot of positive things that were contributed in this game, and some are on a stat sheet, some aren't. Everything that Sanaya Copeland does for our team is not on a stat sheet. Tonight with Lily shooting, it's on a stat sheet. So they're just celebrating each other because they're a team that I think they really like each other, and they have all year long.
Coach, Lily's last home game, obviously she had a great game tonight. Just tell me a little bit overall in her senior season. What have you seen from her? How has she grown, especially?
Yeah, she should have came here out of high school. That would have been the right move. But we recruited her hard, and it's great to be able to have her come her final year here, and I felt like just with how she answered that final question that she's had a pretty good experience, and she's been terrific for our program and our culture.
Coach, with the appeal process, you lost 2 of them today. What's your overall thoughts about these kind of experimental rules that they're trying out?
Yeah, I don't. I would agree with Jalea, not because we lost both of them, and particularly the second one I thought was awful. I don't know how you look at that and overturn that one, but just for the flow of the game, and at some point it's going to affect TV windows, and then we're going to have real problems. So I think we need to think long and hard before we continue to do things that are going to stretch out games.
Their game's not over yet, but you get the winner of BYU Stanford. One you know real well, and the other played in the NCAA tournament a few years back. What does that mean to have it be, sort of marquee programs like that you're going to face up with now? Yeah,
I mean, BYU's had a great year, and man, they were hot late, and then played really well in this tournament. Obviously we're going to be excited to compete no matter who wins that game. I think for me, I'd rather play somebody new. I think that's what I've been excited about, just the preparation of new opponents. But we'll see how it turns out.
Coach, Nichols and Davis come from right around the corner. What's that say about Kansas City area high school basketball?
Well, it's been cyclical, and we've been really fortunate here, the last 4 or 5 years. I think not only has there been some terrific talent, but we've finally been able to get them to come to our place. And there's always been terrific players in the area, but early on in our tenure here, we just couldn't get them to come. So I think Samaya's been a big part of that. It's you look over there now, and there's still some just terrific up and coming players, and we'll do everything we can to make them Jayhawks.
Coach, final game at Allen Fieldhouse this year. Just looking back on the season when Jalea came in the summer, just how have you seen her develop? What's the biggest thing that you've seen her develop this season?
Well, I think I'll go right to the free throw line. She really struggled in high school and club ball. I think with consistent confidence there, and that's been a big part of every individual workout that we do is centered around lots of pressure free throws, and she's just really grown there and has been terrific. I think from a skill set standpoint, just watch her play and you can see how much better she's gotten this year. Counter moves, the ability to step away and shoot the 15, 17 footer. Our hope is to stretch that, behind the three in this off season.
Good. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you.